Zoos, I suppose the easiest way to put it is they're kind of like a necessary evil.
Animals can't carry out their behavioural repertoire in captivity, it's just not possible.
You get changes in the psychological aspects, so they've gone from being, okay, this is all right, to being, oh, I don't really like this. It's at that stage where they start not being able to cope with their environment, and that's when the behaviour seems to start.
It's not the case that you can go and stand in front of an enclosure at the zoo, look at an animal and say, God, he looks bored. You can't do that.
An elephant has evolved to live in an elephant's environment. It hasn't evolved to cope with what goes on in a zoo. It might cope, but is coping what we really want? Do we want these animals to have to cope, or do we want them to have a good life? And I think it's about giving them the opportunity to live a good and natural life.
We know their home ranges, we know their behaviour in the wild, so it stands to reason now that we know that that's not the right place for them to be.
There just might be some species that we must not keep in captivity because they're not amenable to captivity.
It's just there isn't a wild anymore, and that's something that a lot of people don't understand.